Panther family? We're back with Panther After Dark. Today we'll be interviewing 40-year-old veteran football coach Toby Hammond in his second tenure at St. Mary's. First off, Coach, what in life drove you to become a football coach?
I probably got into education just because I like sports, and that was probably the only avenue I was going to stay involved in sports, and I like working with kids. The thing with your classes, sometimes kids don't want to be in school, but at least at practice, kids want to be there. So I think, what else would I do if I didn't do this? I don't know.
So, after 40 years, it's probably kind of tiresome going to practice every single day for 40 years, What motivates you to get out there every day?
Well, the worst part about it is some of the players you got to work with.
Yeah, wait. What's that mean? What's that supposed to mean?
But, like I said, it's the only thing I like doing. I don't have any hobbies. I don't golf or fish or play cards or drink or anything like that. So might as well keep myself active. That keeps me young.
It does.
I had your dad, Jack.
Yeah, no. All right. Next question.
So this previous game, we were down 20-0 in the first few minutes. That's going to be one of the most... where does that rank in your craziest games of all time?
That's pretty close to being at the top.
Oh, really? Wow.
I think, we emphasized the last 2 weeks of how important these next two games were going to be, and I really think our players were, I'm trying to think of the word, but they weren't patient enough. They were trying to make every...
rambunctious.
That's a good choice of words, Jack. But I think they were so concerned about making plays that they didn't read their keys and they didn't do what they're supposed to do. And then once we settled down, starting with the second quarter, we played very well.
Yeah, we did.
That was a scary game. I think Dominic Fagnini walked over to the sideline at one point and said, "Is this game a funeral or a football game?" And I said, "I haven't seen enough of the game to tell yet, Dom." So, how do you think your players would describe you and how you coach? Speaking of the players.
Yeah, wait.
Well, that's a good question, Ben. How do I say this without getting into trouble?
You think your players have that negative an opinion of you?
No, but I think sometimes I get...
a little rambunctious.
Yeah, another good choice of words, Jack. And my language probably isn't the best, but, especially in practice, I go off on players or when things happen that when kids are trying their hardest. People are going to make mistakes. That's part of the game, but, when they're not giving 100% effort or they're not concentrating on what they're supposed to be doing, then I'm going to get a little ticked off. And I think that works. I think that helps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're definitely a way up there in the coaches we've had in our lifetimes, I'd say.
Yeah.
At least the senior class.
I've been doing it a lot longer than most of them too. So I've got past experiences with different players and different teams. So you go back and recall some of the things, how you handled things, and you learn from your mistakes. That's probably the most important thing that I've done is learn from what I did wrong.
So, with this big upcoming game coming up, what do you think are the keys to the game, you think, in this next game?
Kind of like with Danbury, not being too in a hurry to make plays and not reading our keys. But obviously, we got to take care of the football, not turn it over, not have many penalties or foolish mistakes with penalties. And, I think one of the most important things is our players know that, the first time we played them, we had them beat with 8 minutes to go in the game. And we stopped them inside the 20, I think, in 4 downs. And about a play or two later, we turned the ball over and they capitalized on it and then got another score with about 2 minutes to go in the game that won the game for them.
Agreed.
So, what are some just all-time players you could think of just rattling off your brain?
I got to be up there for sure. You gotta be up there.
Give me a top 5 players of all time, Coach Hammond.
Wow.
Give me a top 5.
Me, and me. Is there another one I'm missing? Me.
Thanks, Jack.
We need the school and position.
The school.
What does that even mean?
Oh, I was saying all time of all your coaching career.
Oh, that you coach?
That's what all-time players means, Jack.
Well, okay.
They're a little more rambunctious than that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't believe in.
No, yeah, you do.
No, I
You just gotta
don't.
say it.
That teams are more important than individual players and individual accomplishments. That was one of our goals. And I think that's one of the best things about our senior group is, we've got some very talented players, but the team has always come first. And that's what you're trying to get across to all your players. And, especially young guys, they don't understand that, they got to do their job in practice as far as, preparing the upperclassmen or the first team on offense and defense. And, and then, like we try and tell them, you're a play away from being a starter, so you got to know what's going on. But all-time great players, there's been a lot of them, but the number one thing is team.
So, respond to that. We're going to a championship game here this weekend. So, what are some parallels you think you're seeing with this team this year and some of the championship teams that you've coached in your past?
That's a good question, Ben.
I think, one of the most important things you do with winning is you got to have talent. You can be the best. You can be Vince Lombardi or Lou Holtz or
I don't know who those people are.
I bet you don't. But if you don't have talent to work with, you're not going to win games. You got to have talent to win. Now, at the same time, if that talent isn't working together as a group or as a team or an offense or a defense, you're not going to be very successful. And that's, like I said, one of the best things about this group of guys is we've got talent, but also the team has always been most important, and our team's success is more important than anything else.
So, speaking of that old team mentality, and you don't get to get specific, what are some of your favorite teams you've coached in the past? Your kind of eras or years?
I think the best coaching job I ever did was, I think it was my second year here. We had no talent. I shouldn't say that, but we weren't very talented as the rest of the league was, and we ended up going 500, and I think that was more.
What's that mean? What's that mean?
We were 5-5, Jack.
Oh,
We won as many as we
You're gonna
lost.
say
I
that.
better go slow for you,
you could have just said 5. It's all right. Go ahead.
but that was our best coaching job as a coaching staff. I think was that second year. We weren't very talented, and we ended up 5-5, and I think that was the biggest accomplishment. The team that went to the finals and the team before that, we just had more talent than everybody else.
Yeah.
So,
Your dad was pretty good, Jack.
Yeah. He's all right.
we've talked a lot about the past. Quick question about the future here. Where do you see, or any comments on the future of the St. Mary's football program after this senior class is gone?
That's a good question. I think this group of seniors, when they got together and last spring, that one of their goals was to make football important again, or relevant around here again, like it was
Back in the old days.
back in the old days.
Yeah, back in the old days.
And I understand that the enrollment is not where it was, back in the 80s when I started coaching here, we had a freshman team, we had a JV team, we had a varsity team, and we were very competitive with all these bigger schools. Now, Clyde and Perkins and some of the other teams weren't as good as they are now, but back then the teams to beat were here in Margaretta, and we were probably the 3 smallest schools in the league at that time. And so hopefully we win a league championship and we have a winning record. gets the interest back into football, and we get some of these guys who are sitting on the fence, whether to play or not, come out and can help contribute to us. I think we got 20 guys, and I think we got 10 seniors, so, we got 10 guys coming back. The big thing is getting these 8th graders to come out and stay with us and not transfer every place else they want to go. And but we got to build numbers up, because numbers create competition in practice, and that's how you get better, is competition.
So, from what I'm hearing, you do plan on returning as football coach next year.
What else am I going to do, Ben?
I don't know.
Not visit you in college, that's for sure.
I'm good. Believe me. I might come back and visit the football field once or twice, but...
Let me know, I won't be there.
So mean.
Rank check.
I mean, I know I got to rank pretty high up in your all-time players.
Yeah, Ben is cool.
I can't say this on television, but...
Well, thank you, Coach Hammond, for stopping by and conversating with us. Good luck this weekend. Me included, I guess.
Hopefully. We can get the grades yet.
They're good. They're good.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for having me.
This is
This is
Panther After Dark signing off.
I know.